try to recruit from anywhere that you get good service. I also suggest that you would consider remote workers in agencies. There is a very successful remodeler in the Washington, D.C. area whose HR director lives in San Diego. I met a builder in Orange County, California, who has employees who live in Florida. Because after all, when you're dialing a number, the number can go anywhere. Kay Ross Baker, one of the sales reps for Hamley Wood, who works with me, she and I went to a company today called Click Studio, CLIQ-STUDIO. I suggest you check them out because they are a very interesting provider of kitchen cabinetry services and design services. They've got 100 designers, most of them NKBA certified, working in a place just south of here, and they're hoping to hire 200 people working there by the end of the year. And they're all talking to customers remotely. Nobody's going in. There is no showroom for this place. So they are succeeding with remote workers too. But I'd say probably most important, the biggest issue that I see when I look at the want ads and the challenges that people have is that most remodelers, most people in the construction industry, when they're doing want ads and they're doing other stuff, it's all about what we want. Worker needed, must be willing to work long hours for low pay, haul 90-pound sacks, work on Saturdays, must have 15 years of experience, no drug test, that sort of thing. What kind of motivation is that to somebody who probably doesn't have a great attitude toward getting into construction to begin with? The National Association of Home Builders just did a survey of young people and said, how much would you have to be paid to consider a job in construction? And a majority of the people said, you couldn't pay me enough to consider a job in construction. And I think it's in part because they don't know what a construction job really is. And they also don't know the myriad ways in which what you do actually relates to what they think and what they want. I think the other thing that's going on is that we don't necessarily think high enough and actually say, well, what we do is very important and it takes a lot of skill and we want to challenge you. Now, all that said, I think another thing that should be looked at on your part is basically how benefits are evolving in our industry. As part of the Remodeling 550 survey, we asked people to tell us what kind of benefits they offer. In essence, only a little bit more than 1/3 of all the remodeling companies in this country who are in the 300 biggest, these are $1 million companies and above, are offering dental insurance. Only 28% offer life insurance. Only 1 out of 3 don't even offer health insurance to their employees. If you start asking other questions, like let's say the retirement benefits, disability insurance. In a lot of places, disability insurance is connected to having babies, 22.7%. The only thing you guys are really good at is giving vacations. 93% of all the full service remodelers. So when you're starting to think about what you can get at other places, what does Medtronic do? What do other companies around here offer? I mean, there is a sort of a get serious thing that has to take place. How long of a work week is appropriate? I think is definitely a consideration when you start talking to millennials and what they care about, and whether they are going to be willing naturally to put in 50 or 60 hours compared with what you've grown up thinking is normal.